Hello there. Branch coverage, path coverage, edge cases. Still confusing? You're not sure how to distinguish between them? Maybe this video can help. I'm going to take you through a scenario which is not related to math, at least the first scenario, which is something you do every day. You walk up every day, you go to school, you arrive in time or you arrive late. Okay, let's convert this scenario into a graph. You walk up in the morning. If it's not 7:30, whatever before 7:30, you're just gonna snooze and go back to bed. But if it's 7:30, you're gonna leave the bed, you're gonna change, and you're gonna get ready, and then you're gonna check the time again. From your previous experience, you notice that if it's more than 8:30, don't cook the breakfast. Just go to work because you're gonna be late. So if you have time, you're gonna eat decent breakfast, and then you're gonna go. If you don't have time, just grab your coffee and go. And now you're going to drive to school. There's no traffic, you're good. You can arrive before 9, you're on time. If there's some traffic and you arrive after 9, you're late. Okay, so in this scenario, there is multiple action you do. You leave the bed, you dress up, you eat breakfast. Every step you take here is a branch. So you here, either you go to this side or this side. So you're covering this branch or this branch. And then here, there's only one branch. And then after satisfying the condition, either you go to this branch or this branch. This branch or this branch. We have several branches here. Every step is a branch. So when they told you what is the branch coverage here, it's what is the scenario, how many scenarios you're going to use to cover those branches. And the value here can cover multiple branch. So to cover this one, the time has to be 7:30. To cover this one, the time has to be 8:30. To cover this one, the time has to be 9 to be on time. Okay, so the action or the one step you take here is the branch coverage. Okay. What exactly is the path coverage? Those small branches, those small steps, 1 branch, 2 branches, 3 branches, 4 branches. When you take them together, you're going to make a story or a scenario. This is going to give you a path. So this is the path coverage. For here, we can have a path coverage of waking up and then deciding to leave the bed at 7:30 and then eating decent breakfast because I finished dressing up early and then driving. There's no traffic and it's before 9 and I arrive on time. There would be another path where you can arrive late. A third path, like you don't have time to eat breakfast, you barely grab coffee and you arrive in time, or sometime you're going to grab coffee and you arrive late. So this is 4 paths from the same scenario. To cover this path, that means you need to cover those small branches. After covering those 4 branches together, you are covering a full path. Covering the other small branches, that means you are covering the other path. Okay, so now we know how to cover a branch. We know how to cover a path. What exactly is edge cases? The edge cases is the scenario or the case that when you validate the case, it decided where you need to go this or this. Whether the scenario that's going to determine where you are late or you are not late. In this condition, like each one of them has an edge cases. So I'm just going to explain the last one and the rest are similar. If you arrive or how we can determine whether you are late or not. Okay, so if it's 9 1 minute, you're late. If it's 9, you're not late or on time. So the edges here is the scenarios that you're gonna use or the value of time you're gonna put that's gonna determine your path, where you're going this side or this side. The case. So the edge, the case that determine your edge, your direction. Going back to the book scenario, If you remember this question where if you have x plus y greater than 10, it's true. If not, it's false. If x minus y greater than 10, if you satisfy this condition, it's true or false. So we have 1 branch, 2 branch, 3 branches, 4 branches. We have 4 branches. And using those 4 branches, we can have 1 path, 2 paths, the 3rd path, and the 4th path. Okay, I will go them through details. Okay, how to cover this path? So if you chose the example or the value or the edge cases here, x100 and y10, that's mean 100 plus 10 is greater than 10. True, you cover branch. Okay, and now the same scenario here. 100 minus 10, it's 90. Bigger than 10, it's true, going here. So using this scenario, you covered branch 1 and branch 3. At the same time, you covered path 1. Okay, there would be another scenario where if you use x plus y as the value of x would be 10 and y. If you plug those here, 10 plus 1 is 11. That's been true. You're covering branch 1. And here, 10 minus 1 is 9. So it's going to be false. So it's going to be here. So you're covering branch 1, branch 4. And then there would be scenario for branch 3 or the path 3 and path 4. Okay. So if there are 4 different paths here, what would be a best value that can cover all the branches with less number of paths? Which paths you're going to choose to cover all the branches? You can choose the yellow, where you're going to cover 1 and 3, and choose with it the green, where you're going to cover 2 and 4. So choosing the yellow and the green can cover all the branches using 2 paths. Or you can choose the yellow and the blue and the purple. So I chose the 3 now to cover all the branches. But it's not going to be efficient. So the best way is to cover all the branches using the less or the less number of paths. I hope that can help, and good luck.